This week we find out that we might be in for some big announcements at E3. Sony's getting a couple of fun arcade shooters, the Vita sells terribly in Japan, and a hacked Xbox Live member takes matters into their own hands. I'm Handsome Tom, and welcome to the Game Heroes Weekly News. Well, it's been speculated for a while now, but according to a report from the UK website mcv.com, this E3, both Sony and Microsoft will be showing off their new consoles. The information comes from an unnamed source, but MCV's editor, Ben, has given his personal word that the source is 100% concrete over a Twitter update. No confirmation from Microsoft or Sony about the potential E3 console reveal, but they still have 6 months to let more information be leaked. It's rumored for a while now that the new Xbox would be shown at this year's E3, but what's surprising is Sony's possibly revealing the PS4 after promising way back when that the PS3 console would have a 10-year lifespan. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens at E3 this June. Sony revealed last week that they'll be releasing House of the Dead 3 and 4 exclusively over PSN. Both games will have trophy and PlayStation Move support, giving the players the real arcade feel of the games, but no word on if you have to use motion control. House of the Dead 3 is set to launch on PSN on February 7th. House of the Dead 4 is set to come out sometime this spring. Sony's new handheld, the Vita, launched last month in Japan, and sales have been, well, not so good. In the first 48 hours, the Vita sold 325,000 units, which doesn't sound too bad. But in its first week, they only sold an additional 72,000 units. To put that into perspective, that's 137,000 less units than Nintendo's 3DS launch. According to the website GamesRadar, with sales for the handheld being so low, retailers are already starting to slash the prices for the Vita as much as 20% on the 3G version. With the PlayStation Vita set to release in North America next month, there's no word if the price drop is going to happen. With the Wi-Fi version costing $250 and the 3D version costing $300, it's a fair bet to think Vita will see major price cuts just like the 3DS a few months after release. Who wants to pay $300 for a handheld anymore? I don't. Getting an account hacked is something most people fear nowadays, especially after the PlayStation Network hack last year. Well, it seems Sony isn't the only company to get its account hacked. According to a story from DestroyDoid.com, a woman had her Xbox Live hacked and about $215 of Microsoft points charged. She contacted Microsoft about the hack. They offered her 30 days of free service and told her Xbox Live would be frozen until, they figured out about the unauthorized charges. Well, to her surprise, the account was charged with an additional $130 over her Xbox Live account. When she contacted Microsoft a second time, she was informed to the fraud department they were unable to freeze her account for some reason, and that's all they told her. She found out this particular thief was hacking Live accounts, buying the Xbox Live Family Gold Pack on the stolen accounts, which allows Microsoft point transfers between accounts to be linked to. Then purchases Microsoft points, creates new Xbox Live accounts with the Family Gold Packs, and the hacker sells the accounts filled with downloadable games for points at a discounted price. Apparently, she has found a large amount of information on this hacker, but hasn't divulged anything yet. Funny how this person was able to find out all this information about the hacker's master plan while Microsoft still has no idea what's going on. Just to show people, be very careful about saving your credit card or bank account information on potentially hackable platforms. This actually happened to me this week. It sucks. For more information on this saga, check out hackedonxbox.tumblr.com. And finally, here are this week's new releases. January seems to be starting off pretty slow for new games, but hopefully as the month goes, we'll see things heat up. Tuesday, we'll see King Arthur 2, a role-playing war game coming out on PC, Deadliest Warrior Ancient Combat on 360 and PS3, Crush 3D on 3DS, and the downloadable Zombie Survival, if you weren't already sick of zombie games, Amy hits Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network on Wednesday. And finally, Thursday, look for Pinball FX 3D on the 3DS. For more Kick-Ass content, make sure to check out thegameheroes.com. I'm Handsome Tom. We'll see you next week.